Financial Fashion Network is a platform we have created to host events and build community by creating content that promote personal development, financial awareness, and mental health. And it's our main goal to be a motivating force to everyone in the world. Now, if you want to support our brand, you can go to www.fnfstore.com and you can find our apparel and you can, support the brand. Take a look at our hoodies, take a look at our joggers. It's getting ready to get cold. So if you see something you like, you can actually get 10% off your first order by using discount code FNF10. Thank you. You are now tuned in to We Invest Different Podcast, where we have high-level conversations. I'm Mr. John Michael Best.
And I'm Victor Thomas II.
Let's tap in. On conversation number 46, we talked about how important it is to know who you are and that you can do anything you put your mind to. It's all about your perspective and how you see things. Tap in. Welcome to another conversation of We Invest Different Podcast. I'm co-host Mr. John Michael Best.
And I'm your other co-host, Victor Thomas II.
And we are gathered here today. I thank God for allowing us to wake up this morning.
Yes, sir.
Life, health, and strength. So I just want to start off the morning with gratitude. Man, I done did my morning routine. I think that's very important, by the way, that we all have a morning routine to get the day started. Have a positive morning routine that'll get you, rejuvenated even more than sleep. To get your day started, get your day moving. So, you got a routine, brother? Like, what's your routine?
Really just read the scripture, really. I want to incorporate meditating into that in the morning. Some days I do, some days I don't, though. But, I typically fix something to eat. That's really about it. It ain't much of a routine. It's just, checking everything. That's mainly what it is. I check my calendar, stuff like that.
Okay. Well, man, I guess we'll go ahead and tap in, man. We didn't discuss a topic, but I thought about something before we got on because something that I'm going through personally, personal revelation. I think it's very important that we know who we are, like we said on last week, because at one point in my life, I didn't believe that I could do some of the things that I'm getting ready to do. And it made me think like, wow, all I had to do was change my perspective. So I thought that was real powerful. Like you can go 6 months ago, you can be at another place mentally, but then you can actually reach a threshold and go to a whole nother level that you ain't expect to go to. Because you can tell yourself you'll never do this and you'll tell yourself you'll never do that. And then a time down the line, you'll find yourself doing it. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes it's just not for you at that time. So I think also our mindset closes us off from certain things. A limited mindset can close you off to a certain thing. So at that point when you graduate from a closed mind, then you see all of the possibilities.
That's right.
So I believe that's where I am right now, man. Like I've grown to believe in myself more now because I started believing more into the word of God and what I'm supposed to be as a man.
It's real, man. That's solid, bro. Congratulations on that expansion, man, for real.
I appreciate that.
But you want to know what's crazy, bro?
What's that?
I guess one of my routines is putting me some tea on in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like mine to brew for a long time, so it's potent. So I let it steep all day long on the stove. But man, I promise you, bro, I just opened up this tea bag this morning. My elderberry stress relief tea.
Yeah.
Yogi, I need to get an endorsement from them one day for real. But they typically put, well, not typically, but they put messages on the teabag tag. And the one that said today, just now that I opened, right before we jumped on, it says, the only thing that can limit you is believing that you are limited. Become limitless.
Oh,
No cap, bro.
man,
Literally
that's
just told that off right before I jumped on, bro.
and see that's just alignment, bro.
Mm-hmm. And it's
And
such a powerful message, bro.
it really is. It really is, man. It really is
Mm-hmm.
because everything is in the mind, which is why like I'm saying what I'm saying. Cause like I didn't okay, like I'm gonna be transparent. I personally felt like, and I feel like everybody, it's a lot of people that feel like this. Um, I felt like as an entrepreneur that I degrade myself when I work a job,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't see it as a strategy, and so I fought my family for years, you know, about using that strategy because I literally, man, I believe that God gave us all the ability to use our gifts and talent to make a living. But you know, I also feel like I had a lot of ego and pride involved in not working a job as well because I felt like I didn't want to work for nobody else, and that's true. I don't. But a strategy is always having an objective and an intention behind everything that you're doing. So my whole thing is let's strategize, let's use this real quick, and let's live rent free.
Hmm.
And so let's money launder, let's change our verbiage, let's change our mindset, let's meditate, let's focus on the real reason why we're here and not get caught up into the employee mindset. So I think that that's the pivotal thing. Like, regardless of what you're doing, you have to believe that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. So don't limit yourself to being an employee, even though you have a job. So all you have to do is just establish a vision for yourself of why you have this job, and you be there to accomplish your goal, and you move on to something else in life. I think I think that having a goal oriented mindset, and acknowledging that you can do anything will help you, reach more goals, and it'll help you have a better vision for yourself. Because it's like a lot of us get caught in the trap of being at a job for years and years and years and years because our only goal is just to pay our bills. So we haven't strategized enough to actually get a strategy to level up from that job into something else. So
Hmm.
my question to you, as far as like our dialogue and our conversation, like let's talk about like the mindset of being an employee and also having a business and trying to build a business, like how important it is to stay focused on the goal, because when you have a paycheck coming in, sometimes that can conflict your entrepreneurial mindset and your creative mindset. Sometimes you can get lost in the sauce. So talk about how important
Yeah.
it is to stay focused.
And it's super important, man. I think the number one way to keep that focus going is going back to what you just said when we first got on, that routine. You know what I mean? Setting that routine up for ourselves, you feel me? So it's not up to chance. And it's important to create them boundaries, you feel me? Like, this is what I'm doing at this time. This is what I'm doing at this time. This is what I'm doing on this day. And really, I really had to learn and still learning how to formulate a plan for myself. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's why I got it. That's why I check my calendar every morning now. Cause in my calendar, I'm putting in stuff that I need to do that day. And that kind of keeps me on track. So I don't just fall victim to the, being stuck into the I don't fall into the employee mind frame. You feel me?
Yeah, brother.
because it can sure get overwhelming and time consuming. But that's that time when you gotta dig and really just manage the time. Like, nigga, like everything just for me had to have a place. I couldn't just be haphazardly doing stuff when I had the inspiration to do it. Cause, sometimes that inspiration ain't gonna be there because I am tired.
Right.
But I still have to have it set up to where, okay, I'm doing this and it's got to be done. And one thing I had to realize is that I didn't have to go like super hard. I mean, it's cool to go super hard, but just touching something every day, like that's a start. Cause trying to do both can get tiring, and we don't want to burn ourselves out. Then we're not 100% in anything that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So for real, just making sure we touch that entrepreneur stuff every day, or we set time aside to do it. Cause if we don't, like you said, we'll get caught into that loop. And next thing you know, we look up and it's like we done got comfortable with the job.
Yeah. We can't neglect our goals, because it's like that's my main thing going into this season that I'm going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
This season that I'm in is like, you can't get lost in the sauce, son, because I hear God telling me, like, you got lost in the sauce before. You got lost in things before.
Mm-hmm.
So now, with you being a more mature adult and know a little bit more about life, now it's all about, like, my prayer has been, Lord, help me be a good steward.
Yes, sir.
And a good steward is just someone that is responsible. Somebody that can make, good decisions, smart decisions, effective decisions. So that has been my prayer, and I believe that I've become more and more of a good steward. Even I believe that I mentally, and it's going to tangibly present itself in my life because of my actions. I've been doing better with saving,
All right.
because I remember, that was the month of October. That was the financial theme of the month, and you also told me a little bit about saving as well. Now, I do have to do better at paying bills early,
Right.
and that's kind of what I'm leaning into, with applying this money laundering strategy into my life. So what I'm going to do is take that job income and structure my business to where now I can have a tax return, because I have my business organized to get my tax deductions, and I'll be able to pay. I'm gonna start paying the rent from an LLC and stop paying it from my personal name.
Mm.
So that way, I mean, I do work from home because I'm recording a podcast right now in my house. So honestly, I work from home as well. So I should be getting tax write-offs from the things that my business is buying. So even though we don't make profit, being in business has its perks, and one of its perks is, you might not make profit, but if you make an effort to make profit and you're still spending money to build your business, you get a percentage of that back on your tax return. So all you got to do is just keep good records, and I haven't been able to keep good records, and this is not an excuse, but this is something for everybody to learn from. When you get into business, you want to make sure that you have cash flow, because when you sign up for things, you got to be able to consistently pay for them. And if you're not consistently able to pay for them, your business rating is going to go down. Because it's kind of like your personal credit, but it's not your credit, it's the business credit. So
Mm.
you want to make sure that you have cash flow coming in, because I made that mistake. I didn't have enough cash flow coming in the winter season. And I fell short on my business trade lines and things like that, because those are the things that structure your business. So now that I'm in another place, I'm able to consistently structure the business to where we can now have something on record, more things on record, and we'll be able to build business credit and take our names, take our personal name off of things, and stop using our own money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just a gem, of like, man, don't just work a job. Don't just say that you're going to work. Like, even if you have a dual household, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get your feedback on this. Like, this is a strategy that I wanted to present, and this really, I want to keep talking about it because it's helping me continue to do it. It's helping me follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Paying off the rent, man. Like, if you in a dual household situation, like you living with somebody, either a male or female. Like, if you got a roommate, whatever the case may be, either you live with a spouse, your wife, your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Just a roommate, just two incomes coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, why not sacrifice 3 to 6 months of your income to pay your rent off for the whole year?
And it makes sense, but shit happens, bro. That be the other thing. That be the other thing. Like I said before, it ain't when shit happen. I mean, it ain't if shit happen. It's when shit happen.
Or you still save, you know what I'm saying? Like, the goal is to still save a percentage of your income. But like I said, when you got two incomes coming in, this is what make it a little bit more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if both of y'all bringing in something, like, one person could decide to give their whole check one time, and then the other person, like, provide money to eat and provide money for gas. Like, everybody is not going broke during this process. So this
Mm-hmm.
is a strategy. It's like, one person, okay, y'all really taking turns giving y'all checks. So, but the rent is paid because that's the bulk of people bills anyway. So when you pay the rent off, you really ain't got nothing to worry about but gas and food and car and your car expenses. So it's like, but you got, like I said, you got two incomes. Both of y'all not broke. So it's just like y'all just working more as a team with a strategy.
I mean, what makes you say give up the whole check as opposed to y'all just, putting in the percentage of both of the checks?
Because you paying off the rent at a faster pace. So if we do it like that, it's gonna take us longer. Now I understand you still accomplish the goal, but time is our
Mm-hmm.
most valuable asset.
I see what you're
So
saying.
so it's like, okay, like, if I get paid every week. So I'm gonna get paid every week. And she get paid every other week. So I'm going to dedicate my check every week. So since she get paid every other week, she'll be able to kind of, you know, uh, add her little extra into my check to take care of the extra. So we'll literally be paying off about 3 months of rent a month, 3 to 5 months of rent a month, because of the amount of income that we'll have coming in. It's just going ahead and knocking that out, and we won't be lacking because we both are not giving everything. Like, we both not giving everything at the same time, but rent is still being paid every week.
Mm-hmm. I guess the only thing that I think about with doing that, because it sounds like a good idea, but the only thing about it is with that person giving up, with whoever giving up their check for that whatever time frame,
Mm-hmm.
like what are they sacrificing in lieu of that?
What you mean?
Like if a person give up their whole check, that mean that they left with nothing at that point. You feel me?
Nah,
Or maybe they
because
got some money saved, but I'm just saying, like, my
they got
thing
money
is what
saved.
what what would they be sacrificing? Some is having to be sacrificed. And what is that sacrifice that the person would be making?
They paying the rent off. You
No, I get that. I get that. They paying the rent off, but what are they not able to do?
Oh, they not, they won't, not nothing will go undone because, like I said, y'all not spending all of y'all money at the same time. CEO here, tapping in. I just wanted to remind all of our supporters and all of our listeners to share our podcast and encourage everybody to subscribe and get these great conversations. Back to the show. That's why I said one person gonna give and then the next person give. That means it's gonna always still be some income left over. but we'll still been on paying off a month of rent.
I
So
get what you're saying. I'm just wondering, like,
we
it's
not
just
going, and even if we do, see, the whole objective is to get the rent out the way, because if we free up the rent money, we'll have money for anything else that falls short. Because like worst case scenario, if something happens, okay, boom, we have already paid off the next month of rent. So we don't even have to worry about the next 30 days. So if the light bill need to be paid, we got the rent money to pay that because we already done paid the next month of rent.
I get
So
what you're saying. But I'm
hell yeah,
saying, like, but what about, like,
ain't nothing
so
going
you
to
saying
last.
like it ain't like gonna be no pocket money and nothing like that going on?
Man, fuck pocket money. You gonna save a percentage of your check, of course. You're gonna put that in the savings, but we
So
not
you
doing
talk
it.
okay, now I got you. Now you talking about balls to the wall type saving.
Man, we bulldozing this shit and get
I
this shit
got
out
you.
the way. Like I
I
feel like
got you.
in 6
Got you.
months, in 4 months, I need to have at least 6 to 12 months of my rent paid, bro, for the whole year. So me and my family could actually do some things, and I could actually do some things in business. And I have an objective and a expiration date at that job. You know what
I
I'm saying?
got you.
So
I just don't want you to lose sight of it being some kind of sacrifice going on, because it's gonna be a sacrifice. Like I understand what you're saying, but doing that kind of balls to the wall, aggressive saving,
mm-hmm.
it's gonna be some serious sacrificing going on. It's gonna pay off for sure. You know what I mean? But it can get a little uncomfortable because the mind frame gonna have to adjust and really get into that space of being content.
Oh, for sure, man. And that's
You know
why
what I'm saying?
I suggest everybody do that thing that we was just talking about earlier, bro. That meditation. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be my whole bread and butter while I'm going through this process, man. Because like I said, it's so hard not to get caught up in this rat race, man.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to unplug from the matrix. You got to, man, or you'll come home and start finding yourself talking about work, just like everybody else. Like my thing is like I'm not trying to come home and talk about work. Like like nah, work is work, but it's not work for me.
But
Like
now let me say this though, cuz. Let me say this. Cause when you first told me, when you first brought it up again, and how you were saying it, another thing that I found that made working the job a little more pleasant was recognizing the life lessons I'm receiving. And
mm,
that's worth talking about.
right. See, that aspect is different. I'm
Yeah.
really talking about, how like you can allow your job to make you like depressed and stressed,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta come home and talk about it, and like because you gotta get that negativity out because you like it's bothering you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to really focus to the point where I don't let that stuff bother me, bro. So I have to be prayed up. I'm not saying I'm not gonna have my days because I know it's possible. But all I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is my focus and my goal is to not get to that point to where I'm letting it affect me like that.
Yeah, like it ain't your like that, like it ain't your whole world. Like if something go on at work, it ain't like your whole world just went to boo.
Right. It's not that serious. And that's not something that I'm only practicing at a job. I'm also practicing that in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, like why do you have to react to everything? Like sometimes I'm learning more and more that God is in control of everything.
That's right.
Like prime example, right? When I decided to go try to fill out an application, I hit Harry up, and he worked at the Clayco Farmers Market on Forest Parkway,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna ask him to get me up there, so he sent me up there, and the guy, before I can get out the car, the guy came up to me and asked me, did I show up to fill out the application? I was like, yeah, and so we went in the inside. He told me to wait at the door. He went in the inside, and it was like this nigga had a glitch. Like he had a glitch. And came back out and he was like, man, it ain't no applications. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but we're not hiring.
That's crazy.
So I got in the car. I'm like, before I left the parking lot, I consulted with myself, and I'm like, now I didn't ask this man to fill out no application. This man asked me. did I come to fill out an application? And Harry didn't tell me that he told the dude that I was like, nah, I didn't think he did that. But it was like the dude had a glitch, and he came out and told me that they weren't hiring no application. So when I was consulting with myself, I had to remember, man, like God did that.
Mm.
Like I remember, like God did that, and this peace came over me. Like, okay, Lord, then that means you got somewhere else that I need to go.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was, like a month ago, George had told me about a job that he got in Noonan with HelloFresh, and shoot, long story short, I hit him up like, hey, whoop de whoop, how did you get up there? And he told me how to get up there, so I just followed the steps that he took, and I got signed up for orientation like on the spot after I filled out the application.
Yeah, right.
So after that happened, I went to orientation on yesterday. Orientation was pretty cool. It's a pretty like steady thing that we're supposed to be doing or whatever. So I don't think it's too strenuous work. All it is that it's gonna be kind of cool, and you just got to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole thing was that I believe that God was directing me to another place, and He was. Like I could have went home. Like my mindset before I reached that moment was to come home and talk about, man, look what happened to me. Like, babe, look what happened, man. It jumped crazy, man. I went up there for no reason. This man gonna ask me, did I want to fill out an application? Then he gonna tell me it ain't no application and they ain't hiring. Like, I could have came home and bask in that negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, before I even left the parking lot, I checked my perspective and I allowed God to show me, like, Lord, I trust you, because I've been on that frequency, like asking Him to help me trust Him. So I put forth by faith. I was like, you know what, Lord, I trust you because everything is ran by you. Like, that dude ain't glitched like that out of coincidence. Like, that just means you was sending me somewhere else.
Right.
And sure enough, like, the proof is in the pudding. Like, I definitely was sent somewhere else, and I start tomorrow night. But all I'm saying is that, man, it's all about mindset and how you viewing yourself and what you feel like you can do, and you have to let go of being in the box, because my mindset is all like my strategy. Like, my strategy, that's what's on my mind, my strategy. So like I said, keeping the strategy on your mind and staying focused on that strategy, staying meditative and staying prayed up and staying consistently looking at your goal. I feel like that's the way for you not to get caught up in like them daily routines that we started talking about earlier. Like, I want to talk a little bit about the routine that I had started that helps me. And I'm gonna have to wake up. Well, since I work at night, I don't have to wake up too much earlier anymore, but I still need to make sure I do my routines, because I get off at 5:30 during the times I usually do my routine, because I can easily come home and go to sleep. So I need to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I tap in and continue my morning routines, like my praying, my reading. I do this every morning. I stretch every morning. I stretch every morning. I read every morning. I pray every morning. That's my morning routine.
Yeah, right. Oh, and hey, Cole, let me give you one more
What's up?
about keeping that focus that you want to keep.
What's that?
That helped me a lot. Affirmations, bro.
Ooh,
Add them to it, bro, and that'll just put your mind in that space every day.
give me one.
Uh, shit. Just speaking to what you got going on, it could be something simple. I will remain focused on my company.
Mm,
Something simple like that, bro.
every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna write that on my board. I'm gonna read that every morning and every night, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
need to read that every morning and every night, man, because this thing is serious and I have to accomplish this, bro. And I will accomplish this.
That's
And
right.
I have to make sure that I take care of my responsibility and be mature, like be on time. Like, don't self sabotage. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, don't put your own self in situations that you know you don't even want to go through. So it's like if you got a strategy that you got a strategy to follow through with, and if you got a goal set, like execute that shit. Like don't put yourself in situations where you be like, oh man, so where you got to make an excuse like I almost had it, but now I ain't gonna lie, man. Like every time I have worked a job in the past, it's always some shit that happened. Like that I get into it with somebody and all of that stuff, man. But one of the main things that the manager was stressing in orientation, like when you get into it with somebody, like walk away and come and get them. Don't go off on nobody because when you go off on somebody, they give them something, some ammo, and you're gonna get fired.
Yep.
So my main thing is doing what them folks tell me to do, man. Like I come in humble, like I understand this ain't my company, bro. That's first and foremost. Like this ain't my company. I'm here to do a job, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And like although like I'm not finna let nobody take advantage of me, I just know I'm here to do a job.
That's right.
Like just do my job and do it to the best of my ability because I'm only here for this amount of time. After I leave here, this job don't go home with me. Like I'm not trying to let this shit go home with me, Vic. Like Victor.
I feel you on that, bro. For real.
Like
For
I
real.
have to maintain what I'm doing. And
Mm-hmm.
like nothing is gonna lack. Like I thought, like, okay, one of the main things, and I know we gotta get off really, really soon. So quick, like one of the main things that I wanted to make sure is that like it don't affect the business. So how I know it's not gonna affect the business, I strategically got my schedule set on days where I know nothing is going on that we have going on. And
That's
it's
right.
overnight. So if we just so happen to have something to do during that day, I still got time to do it.
Word up.
So it's like, man, at this point, it's all on me to just follow through and stay focused. And that's my main goal. And I believe that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I'm capable of doing that. Um, so hey, that's where we at with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Anything
So,
you'd like to add?
yeah, man. That process. When you were talking about that process with you know, having having a business set up so you can get the tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's an ebook, bro.
Mm.
Set that up, bro. I help you. I don't know as much as you, but however, that's one that need to go out right there, bro.
Oh, so that was you feel like that was a good gym, huh?
Yes, that need like the whole process broken down, even down to what form they need, what they need to put on the form. You know what I mean? All that, bro. What they need to document, all that. Write all that down, bro. What you finna do? That's an ebook, bro, for sure.
Okay, but what would we name that topic like? What would we name the title of that book?
I I couldn't
We
tell you
ain't,
off
we
the
ain't gonna
top of
talk
my
about
head,
this on
but
the
it'll come.
podcast. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about this on the podcast, but
Yeah, it'll definitely come though, for sure.
that's definitely a good thing to execute, bro. Definitely.
Shoot, yeah.
This is the year. Like I need to go live today, talk about my other ebook. Like I ain't gonna release it on the first no more. I'm gonna release it on my birthday next year.
Word up.
Yeah, so give people give more time for promotion and promote the right way. And then like I got a gem for one of my mentors. One of my mentors dropped that on me. Dropped that jewel. Like it give more people a reason to tap in. Like if they mess with you, they're gonna be like, oh, it's his birthday. Like ooh, let's get his book. Like he ain't asking for money. Like he actually important and valuable on your King Day,
Yeah, right.
on your birthday.
It makes sense. That makes sense. I got a
So
homeboy,
yeah,
my brother.
um,
He go out and perform. Like he do like this whole performance thing. Every year on his around his birthday, he take the whole week and he, you know what I mean, try to hit spots.
yeah, man, that's how you got to do it because everybody, you got to realize it's somebody else's birthday too. Like it's somebody else celebrating too. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you giving something out, like you giving something valuable out you to the world, right? That's good energy anyway. And so like the frequency on birthdays is a given frequency anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you aligning with the energy already being put out. You just
Mm-hmm.
getting in the way of it in a strategy, in a strategic way. And it's like you're doing it in a soft manner. Like you don't even know that they getting marketed. They getting sold on something because it's your king day. It's your queen day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like boom. It's kind of like how people be doing that Facebook contribute to a charity for their birthday type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Real talk. Man, I need to get on to this store though, bro.
man, for sure. Hello, let's go ahead and do. We're gonna have to tap out of what you learned segment,
Okay.
and then we'll just hop into the financial theme of the month before we get out of here. And we
Bet.
already know what that is. I speed through it. Don't be afraid to receive help. Just like Vic gave me some advice a couple months ago that I followed through on, like saving some money. Like I used to try to invest everything to where I would invest everything to the point where I would have to seep back into my investments because it took my cash flow away. So you got to always set out a percentage or something. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You want to keep some and percentage out your investments. So that's just a pointer. Take advice from people. Take pointers from people. Take and also like don't misuse the information that people give you as well. Apply it, execute it, and if you have questions, ask questions. But with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in for conversation number 46. I'm co-host Mr. John Michael Best.
And I'm your other co-host, Victor Thomas II.
And we out, man. Appreciate you, King Victor.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Are you stressed, anxious, or depressed? Well, here's some good news for you. We started a mental health movement called MH10, and we encourage people to pay more attention to their mental health. So do this for us. Take at least 10 minutes per day to take a walk in nature, a jog, run, or just meditation to decrease your stress, because stress is one of the leading causes of chronic physical and mental illnesses in the body. So if you want to join the movement, you can also post on social media, post your 10 minutes by using hashtag MH10 or mental health 10 minutes.